You're not 7 years old anymore. Throw the KD in the garbage. This week we're making some real mac and cheese. For ingredients, you're going to need milk, all-purpose flour, butter, salt and pepper, macaroni elbows, or you can use fusilli, any pasta. Okay, no one gives a shit, just use pasta. Medium strength cheddar cheese, some provolone, and some extra old cheddar. Okay, for you mouth-breathing basement dwellers, we're going to top this off with some zesty Mordant Doritos. All right, start off by cracking a beer. You don't need to do this sober. You're at home. Have some fun. Then preheat your oven to 350. Fill a large pot with cold water. Put it on the stove. Turn it to high. Add some salt. And wait for that to boil. So we're going to use all this provolone, all this extra old cheddar, and about half of this block of medium cheddar. Okay? Shred those up, just like that. Okay? I don't need to show you how to shred cheese. You're not stupid. Okay, well, maybe you are a little stupid, but that's why you're watching this video. All right, now take your zesty cheese Doritos, pour them into another bowl. We're going to use the whole bag. Fuck it. And just get your hands in there and crunch this up. Okay, we're going to put this on top of the mac and cheese, so it's going to be nice and crunchy after we bake it in the oven. And this is what we're looking for, nice small pieces. All right, now our water is boiling, so we're going to drop our macaroni into the boiling water. Give it a good stir. You don't want it to stick to the bottom. You might want to come back and stir this later as well. All right, now we're going to get a saucepan on another burner. Turn it to medium-high heat. Okay, wait till this is hot. Now that the pan's hot, we're going to put about 4 tablespoons of butter in there. Stir it around and get it all melted. Once our butter is melted, we're going to make what's called a roux. Okay, that's the base for this sauce, this cheese sauce. That's what makes it thick. That's what keeps it together. Okay, you can't just mix milk and cheese and make cheese sauce. Okay, it's gonna be lumpy and shitty. You don't want that. Okay, we're putting about 4 tablespoons of flour in here as well. So it's usually equal parts flour and butter. But if you don't want to measure it, you can just put flour in until you get a consistency that looks like wet sand. Okay. Now this is really starting to look like wet sand, so we're just going to cook this for 3 to 4 minutes. Don't be afraid to take it off the heat if you need to check on your pasta, which is what's going to happen right about now. All right, check your pasta. You might want it to be a little bit underdone because we are going to bake this in the oven afterwards. Taste it. That one's good. So we're going to drain this off and go back to our cheese sauce. Okay, so our roux is cooked for about 3 or 4 minutes. So now we're going to add about a liter of milk. Okay, stir this in as you add it. Add it a little bit slowly and make sure you get this nice and smooth. So this is called a bechamel sauce if you're making this without cheese. It's a base sauce used for a lot of other sauces once you add other ingredients. We're just going to keep stirring this as it heats up. We're going to add some salt and some pepper and some Frank's Red Hot for a little more flavor. So the typical rule of thumb for making a bechamel or any sort of cheese sauce is to use about 1 tablespoon of flour and butter per cup of liquid when you're thickening with a roux. That usually gives you the right consistency. So I used 4 tablespoons of butter, 4 tablespoons of flour, and about a liter of milk, which is about the right ratio. Okay, so this is really starting to thicken up. You can see it bubbling. Once it's boiling, you know it's as hot, as thick as it'll get. So we're going to add most of our cheese. You see I saved a little bit there. And we're just going to whisk this in until it's nice and thick and melted. Make sure you keep stirring until all the cheese is melted in there. Okay, our cheese sauce is done. So now we're going to take it and add it into our boiled macaroni. Dump that in there. Give it a good stir. All right. Now this is good to go already right here. You can eat it just like this, and it's already better than all that garbage in the shitty KD box. See that nice ooey gooey sauce. That's perfect. But we're going to make this even better. Okay. Now make sure you check your seasoning here first. See if it needs any more salt or pepper. Give it a taste. Okay, this tastes perfect already. So we're going to dump this into a casserole dish. I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Make sure it's even everywhere. Then we're going to add that cheese that we saved. And then we're going to put on our crushed up Doritos. Nothing like Dorito mac and cheese after a long day of playing video games in your mom's basement. All right, so we're going to throw this in our 350-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. All right, it's been 17 and a half minutes. That's good enough. Keep an eye on it through the oven. Make sure it darkens up. So here we go. Nice and crunchy on the top. It's bubbling. It's all crispy. Nice and cheesy. It's perfect. And that's it, guys. We're just going to plate this up and go hide back in the dungeon and go contemplate why girls don't talk to you. See you next week. Like and subscribe.